Welcome, everyone, to the American Gooners Podcast, a unique perspective on all things Arsenal and EPL from two American Gooners. I am your host, Zach, and here with the true Gooner himself, Morgan Garber. Morgan, we won a match. We won.
We did. Can you believe that? We actually beat a team fighting relegation right now.
And I heard some rumors coming out of England today that Leicester's fan base has grown by a couple million, and that Drake was wearing a Vardy jersey yelling, "We are the champions."
Is this the same Drake that would show up to the the Big Blue Madness for the Wildcats?
Yeah, he was a UK basketball fan until this year when he jumped on the Villanova bandwagon.
Yeah.
The biggest
and now he's a Toronto fan.
And now a Leicester fan, too. I didn't even know he was a soccer fan. It's awesome.
I didn't even know he watched soccer.
So Leicester are champions thanks to Chelsea's 2-2 draw with Tottenham and a dramatic comeback. They are now, of the top five leagues in Europe, we have four champions now. Leicester, Bayern Munich out of Germany, PSG out of France, and Juventus out of Italy. The only league left that's really up for debate is La Liga. So we're 4 for 5. We're almost there.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's kind of depressing, really. I'm just kind of sad the season's coming to an end.
I'm not. I'm so ready for this year to be over with. I need it. It's been miserable, man.
Yeah, but because I don't want the season to end because we get so pumped for the transfer window and to bring in new players to get let down. So I'm not looking forward to that at all.
I'm hopeful, I guess. I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess is the word I'll use. But there was some Champions League news out there. We have a final in both the Champions League and Europa League. Real Madrid will take on Atletico after Real Madrid beat Man City 1-0 in aggregate. They won 1-0 at home, which wasn't. Again, the second leg was as boring as the first leg.
Yeah, that one was kind of. I mean, we both picked Real Madrid. That was kind of. I mean, you could have pinned them into the finals. They were the easy one to pick. The other game, that was disappointing.
Atletico beat Bayern Munich on aggregate 2-2 with away goals. And this drove you crazy. Why?
It did, because I never really looked into the whole aggregate thing. I never really been this mad about it, but a team goes back home and wins 2-1, but loses, even though the aggregate is 2-2, but loses because they did not score an away goal. It's just garbage to me. I mean, if they both score 2-2, you need to either go to extra times or go to penalty kicks. Why base it off of away goals? I mean, me and you, we kind of went, had a few words back and forth. I was kind of waiting to bring it on here because I'm actually curious to see what people think about it. I don't know if people like it or don't like it, but Bayern controlled that whole game. I mean, they had the ball 73% of the time. They shot 33 goals to Atletico 7 just in that second game. I mean, they dominated the whole game, but don't move on. Even though it was 2-2 aggregate, since they didn't score in the first game, they didn't score an away goal. They don't get to go on, or they don't have a chance to play extra time.
Well, I think that's more of a. I am okay with the away goal system. I think it puts a great. It puts the away match, as a bigger game for teams like Bayern and Barcelona to get goals and score and not just wait to go home and win. And I also think it's a player safety situation. They play so many games now with the Champions League, with their league fixtures, and all the cups they have in the league. Like we have 2 other cups in England, and to put extra time or penalties more, it's I think it's a player safety issue too. That's just more soccer for them to play, and I'm okay with the away goals. I think it makes it interesting and exciting. The end of that game was intense because of the pressure on Bayern Munich to get that away goal or that next goal to win. And you question, you say they dominated the game. It was an obvious strategy by Atletico to park the bus essentially and play counter-attacking football with Griezmann up top. And it worked out in their benefit. It worked out in the first game, and Griezmann had a great goal again in the second game. So
he was offsides.
Come on now.
It was a close call. But I would understand why you say that because we picked Bayern, and you're very blind. You have your blinders on whenever you pick a team. You only see the one thing. So I can see why you would say that. But I thought it was a great goal, a great play.
You can say I'm slightly biased since we both picked Bayern, but okay. That was a great ball by Torres to Griezmann. Griezmann was at least offsides by about a half yard.
Half a yard? I don't think it was that close. It wasn't that far. He wasn't that bad offsides. It may have been.
The angle that I seen, because I had to go back and watch the highlights. The angle that I seen, he was maybe it wasn't a half yard, but it looked. The angle that they showed was obvious. I mean, he had almost his whole body behind the last guy. So
it was an arm. Leave it alone.
No, it was.
And you're also
3/4 body.
You're also bitter right now because you have to deal with Q in his All Spanish League final. So that's why you're upset.
God. He. It's like, oh, that's why Premier League sucks, dude. Q, I love you, but shut up, dude. You cannot compare the Spanish League to the Premier League. There's no comparison.
I would see the Liga is probably third. I would probably put Bundesliga ahead of them, to be completely honest with you.
Going from top to bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
But they clearly have the top, 3 of the top 5 teams in the world. So.
Oh yeah. This is not my debate, and this is a debate we have in college football here in America, which drives me up the wall. If you have the best team or the best couple teams, it doesn't make you the best league. That just means you have the best 2 or 3 teams.
Yeah.
But top to bottom, you're not a good league when the other group is 20 points behind. That's not very a healthy league.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. I did go on Facebook because dude, you're right, and you called it, and then of course he rubbed it in a little bit, but I'll have to get a rematch on FIFA sometime and show him what really should have happened. But
a FIFA Bayern versus Atletico. Atletico is so underrated in that game, man. No way. Bayern is
FIFA.
So garbage.
But anyways, I watched it was like a 10-minute highlight of the game, and it was this Bayern had shot after shot. And let me tell you, that keeper won that game for him. Freaking what's his name? John
Black? Oblak?
Yeah. Oblak. He kept them in that game. He single-handedly won that game.
He did it for
That's
the
a little
first
tease.
Yeah.
That's a tease for later, but yeah.
Yeah, he won them in the first leg and that one for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
There were about 4 or 5 goals. Well, not goals, but 4 or 5 shots. I was like, dude, his freaking reaction, dude, his fast twitch muscles were ridiculous in that game.
Yeah. So our final,
he was the man of the match, easily.
I'm with you there. So our final will be Atletico versus Real Madrid, the Madrid derby in the Champions League final. It's going to be an intense one for sure. There might be some fights.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I mean, I'll definitely try and tune in or at least listen to it if I'm at work.
Yeah, and the Europa League finals also set. It's going to be Liverpool versus Sevilla, and with Man City out, we can go ahead and cheer for Liverpool if we want to. I wouldn't care if they won. It'd be good for EPL. I think that we at least have one team win some level of Europe.
win something.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, and I guess as long as we solidify our top 4 spot and make it to Championship League for next year, that's kind of what we get to hang our hats on again.
With City and Liverpool in at the time, there was that chance that we miss out. If United would have overtaken City and us and gotten into 3rd place, and we were in 4th, and City and Liverpool would have won, then we would have been out of the Champions League. But with City going down, 5 EPL teams can go to the Champions League. So if we're top 4, we're in. That's all we need.
Yeah, let's just hope for that top 4 finish.
And speaking of which, we played Sunderland. On my mind, we played Norwich last week.
Norwich.
And it was a lackluster and disappointing game for about 60 minutes, where I had to watch Olivier Giroud run around like an idiot with his head cut off yet again. Why Arsene Wenger went back to him after all the 13 straight games at the time, and he puts him in the starting lineup, and now it's 14 straight games without a goal. Or 14 straight EPL games, without a goal.
Yeah.
So in the 60th minute, Welbeck came on. 3 minutes later, Welbeck, our only true striker, our only quality finisher at the striker spot, scored the winner.
Doesn't he have, I think he has like 6 goals on the season, and he just came back from an injury too.
Yep.
So that's actually pretty remarkable.
And he saved us twice now, Leicester City and now Norwich coming off the bench.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One thing that I found pretty remarkable in a bad way is that Arsenal did not produce a shot on target in the first half. You know that was the 4th time in the last 9 home matches they did not produce a shot on target in the first half.
It was a disgusting game, man.
That's how you come out with that performance.
Well, I tell you what, I watched the whole thing, and Alexis didn't look good. Ozil didn't look good. Before Welbeck came on, Iwobi was the only one who was really playing halfway decent, and that's for his level of halfway decent as a 19-year-old. I'm not 20-year-old, excuse me. He just had a birthday. Happy birthday to our main man, Alex Iwobi, here from American Gooners Podcast. He was the only one who had any life to him, and until Welbeck came.
And what happens? But what happened to him?
Arsene Wenger took him off, kept Giroud on, and this is okay. I was on Twitter for this game. I was tweeting out from the American Gooners Podcast Twitter at USA Gooner Pod, by the way, and I kind of went on a little rant. I have to apologize to you because that Arsene Wenger rant was all me. It is in no way, shape, or form Morgan's perspective, although I think he would probably agree with majority of what I said. And he took out Iwobi, left on Giroud, played Welbeck on the left again, which I absolutely hate. And then of course Giroud had the header to Welbeck for a goal, and all of a sudden Twitter just went crazy. All you Giroud haters. All you Wenger haters, Wenger left him on, and look what happened. First of all, Bellerin made that play with the cross in a wide open space, and Giroud just didn't screw it up. That's all he didn't do. That's all he did was he did not screw it up. That's it. He touched it off his head to Welbeck's foot, who made the finish. Bellerin and Welbeck made that play, not Giroud. Any idiot with that amount of space he had could have made that play.
I did see some where he was saying that he hopes this boosts his confidence and helps him perform better because he had an assist that was kind of, I guess, lucky on him. Like, the ball fell to him, and he just like you said, he didn't screw it up. He actually passed.
Yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. He didn't try some awkward header like he always does to break that goal. He at least passed it off to Welbeck, who finished and got us the W. And unfortunately, might have saved Mr. Arsene Wenger's career at Arsenal. there are reports, and I don't know if you heard this yet or not, Morgan, of a 3-year extension sitting on Wenger's desk. This is coming from Pierce Morgan.
Oh my God!
One of our shareholders says that there's a 3-year extension on Arsene Wenger's desk, and he's just waiting for the right time this season, probably when we finish top 4 and are in the Champions League, to sign it.
Yeah, but I bet Piers Morgan's kind of pissed about that because just from what I've seen from, he's kind of on the Arsene Wenger get out of town train.
Oh, he definitely is. That man went on a Twitter rant. I had a Twitter rant. That man went on a Twitter rant. And here's my thing, Morgan, and you can agree with me or tell me I'm way off base. We who are Arsene Wenger out, we're not anti-Arsenal. We don't want us to, like, when we won the match, it was all of a sudden, where are you Wenger out fans at now? We're not hoping for Arsenal to lose. You can be a Wenger out guy and still want the Gunners to win. The two are not mutually exclusive. That you can be both. So I don't know where this disconnect has come from Wenger in fans. We're all Arsenal fans first. I want if Wenger goes undefeated and wins a title, I'm not going to be pissed off. I'm going to be very happy. Yeah, I want us to win every match, but we're just not going to with Arsene Wenger, and that is our point. Our Wenger out people, that is our point, that we're not going to win with him right now.
Yeah, that's similar to, you can compare, speaking on you can compare that to Michigan football. You want them to win, but you were ready for Brady Hoke to be out of town.
Oh, yeah.
You still rooted for him to win. And you'd be happy with national championship, but you did not like Brady Hoke. So it's the same thing. We support Arsenal. We want them to win. We would love to hoist a trophy, but it's time for Arsene Wenger to go. I mean, at some point in time, you got to make a change.
Yeah.
So,
and I could counter that argument saying that if you're a Wenger in guy or fan, you're more anti-Arsenal than we are because he's not getting it done for us.
No. He's not, but like I tell you every episode, the Wenger in fans are still holding on to what happened in the 90s and early 2000s.
I'm going to steal a line from you, your Michigan jab that you give to me all the time. Arsene Wenger fans are busy watching Arsenal championships on the History Channel.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean,
it is.
What if we had to hang our hats on for
FA Cup?
What, the past right? Well, the past 12 seasons has it?
2 FA Cup wins in the past 12 years are our only real trophies. Well, he got the Community Shield against Chelsea in the preseason. Shut up. Preseason trophies are meaningless. I hate those guys. Arsene Wenger still has not beaten Chelsea in like the past half decade. Okay,
and also Sanchez isn't happy neither.
Oh, did you see that too?
Storming out of the stadium.
Stormed out of the stadium after getting taken off, and apparently has had a icy relationship with Wenger this week. We'll see what Wenger does with the starting lineup. If he doesn't start him tomorrow, could you imagine the outcry?
If it doesn't start him tomorrow, we're going to choose Sanchez or Wenger.
I'm taking Sanchez all day.
I will take, yeah. They're riding him like a horse, man. It's Sanchez. It's the same thing as last season. He's our only guy, and he had a spurt of 5, 6, 7 games where he scored a goal.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Here's my concern right now is the body language from both Ozil and Sanchez in that Norwich match was not good. And with the reports of Bayern Munich for Sanchez, Juventus for Sanchez, and Barcelona for Ozil, I'm a little concerned going into the summer.
Yeah, because they're going to throw money at him, and we aren't going to throw money. I think Sanchez is still sitting on a 2-year deal.
I think we had them both for 2 years on contract.
Yeah,
but I think both might walk into Wenger's office and be like, "Sell me. I'm not playing for you anymore."
Yeah.
The way they're.
Ozil is. What? He just broke the record for most. What's the one I'm looking for?
Chances created.
Yeah. Thank you. Chances created, and Alexis is, one of the tops on our team in goal scores. He's at 12, currently tied for 8th with Giroud. I completely forgot Giroud even had 12 goals because he ain't scored in 15 matches now, 14, 15 matches.
14 straight.
So your two main guys who have done the most for your team, is it happy? I don't know what more. All these Wenger in people, I don't know what they're seeing. They need to reach out to us and help us see what they're seeing because we don't see it.
Let's put that out there now. If you are an Arsene Wenger in person, if you're an Arsene Wenger in Arsenal fan, I'll say that there's a lot of Tottenham fans that probably want Arsene Wenger to stay. If you're Arsene Wenger in, and you want to come on the show and tell us why, hit us up on Twitter. We'd gladly bring you on and tell us your perspective because it drives me nuts to hear them chanting for Arsene Wenger in this last match, and I have no idea why. None. Out of respect, maybe I can get that, but why would you want him to stay? For just respect only.
Yeah, there was a thing that I tagged you in on Twitter. It's his page that I asked if you followed because I followed him on Instagram, and whoever the owner is of it had about 4 or 5 posts in a row making fun of all the Wenger out people. And I was gonna comment back with this big, huge, long thing. I was like, I wonder if you follow him up on Twitter.
We do not follow him. No, we don't.
Yeah. So I think we should, and we should try and reach out to him and say, hey, help us understand where you're coming from. I think it was like Arsenal Today or Arsenal News or something is what their Instagram and Twitter feed is.
I'll go ahead and find them, and I'll reach out and see if they want what they have to say.
Because we're not seeing what they're seeing. Unless they're just happy with the top 4 finish and round of 16 in the Championship League and FA Cup Championship.
Some people are just content with that, man. They don't want to be like Chelsea in the 9th spot or United fighting to get back in the Champions League.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that way, by the way. If we lose Wenger, we were a great club before Arsene Wenger. We will be a great club long after Arsene Wenger is gone. Okay, this idea that Arsene Wenger made Arsenal is absolutely atrocious and disrespectful to the club, and it's long and prestigious history.
Yeah, you know what though? If you put us in the same group with Man U, Man City, and Chelsea, and if you rank us 1 through 4, I think a lot of people would rank us 4th. I don't even think we're right there with Man City, Man U, and Chelsea. Like if a top player had to choose from those 4 teams, I think Arsenal would be in 4th. I think a lot of teams would rather go to Chelsea, City, or to Man U.
I think Arsenal might be 5th right now with Tottenham's growth and the manager they have, and the young. They're a pretty young team. If I'm a top player, I'm looking at Tottenham for the future, saying, "I got a shot here." If I'm looking at Arsenal, I'm like, "For what?"
Yeah.
What am I going to win there? What am I going to compete for there is a better question. Because
FA Cup,
Tottenham, United, City, Chelsea may not win the league, but I guarantee you they're going to be competing for the league, the FA Cup, the Capital One Cup, and the Champions League. City was just in the semifinals of the Champions League.
I was just going to say that. City would just had a chance to play for the Championship League final.
And they lost 1-0 on aggregate. There's nothing to be ashamed of from that, losing 1-0 to Real Madrid on aggregates. In 2 matches, 1-0. They competed. That's all we want at Arsenal. We want to compete for these things. We don't necessarily have to win them as long as we're there. And we're nowhere near there. Not even close.
As long as you're putting up a fight. No. Oh, no. See what we did against Barcelona.
Crushed.
I mean, right there it tells you where we're at.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on from Arsenal. We won 1-0 over Norwich City on Saturday. It put us back in third. Manchester City actually lost to Southampton 4-2. So we are strictly in third right now. We're 3 points clear, and we play Man City tomorrow. I guess it's today in England right now. So tomorrow/today. How do you see this one going?
I think this is for all the marbles. I mean, if we somehow pull out a win, I mean, we're right there, in the race for second place. I don't know. It's so hard to predict this team. I mean, we sit there every week. We're like, okay, let's just wait and see their lineup. And then Wenger comes out with his lineup, and we're like, okay, cool. But then we shit the bed. So then he changes the lineup. The next week, we actually look pretty good with the lineup. The third week, we keep the same lineup, and we look like shit again. So, I don't know. The body language sucks for the team. You got your star players walking out, out of the stadium, beefing with your manager. I don't know. I mean, I hope we win. I mean, we need to win. Because with the Man United win and we lose, we're only a point in fourth. So,
yep. If
it'll be a big matchup, though.
It's going to be huge, and I'm very curious to see the starting 11 that he comes out with. I'm very curious to see if he comes out with Giroud. I'm starting to wonder if he's doing it just to say F you, everybody else. I don't need to listen to everybody else. We all know Arsene Wenger is a very proud man. So I don't know if he's going to stick with them and just to hope that he breaks the duck and be like, look, I told you, this is who he is. Or if he'll put Welbeck or Walcott up front. Walcott's wasting away on the bench. So we'll see which one he goes with. And we'll see what he does about the whole Alexis situation. Obviously, he needs to start. He needs to play. Like you said, if we lose this match and Manchester United, they won yesterday. They won today 1-0 over Norwich. And then on Tuesday, they play against West Ham. And then they finish up with Bournemouth. West Ham got beat down by Newcastle today. So United could get 2 more wins. And if we don't get a single win, we're 1 win away from top 4 guaranteed. If we don't get it, we're not guaranteed anything.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how it all works. If we don't get to the 3 points, we could be fighting for our life in fourth place. If we get the 3 points, we're right there fighting for second place. Yep. So a win, you're fighting for one of the top spots in the one of the top finishes in the league table. Yep. A loss, you might not make it to top 4.
Yeah, if we win and Tottenham lose tomorrow, we are tied on points. They obviously have we're not going to catch them on goal differential. So we have to hope that next week Tottenham plays Newcastle, who's fighting for their life. Yeah. Well, we need to hope Everton beats Sunderland on Wednesday, because if Sunderland win, they're through and Newcastle will be down. Guaranteed, automatic. Newcastle drew today against Aston Villa, and Sunderland had a great win against Chelsea, actually. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I'm just looking at the future for us, really. Because we need Newcastle to be fighting and beat Tottenham, and we need Tottenham to lose tomorrow and us win, because then we can get second, and we can celebrate St. Tottenham's Day.
Right. Speaking of Theo, since you brought him up a few minutes ago, I think Wenger enjoys bringing him off the bench. And I'm a huge Theo fan. Every time he brings him off the bench, he plays well. But then Walcott's in the starting lineup the next week, and he's non-existent. So I think he enjoys Walcott coming off the bench a lot more than starting him.
Here's my frustration with that, is that guys like Walcott, like Joel Campbell, who's wasting away on the bench, even though he comes on and does some good things for us sometimes, and then if he has one bad game, he's out of the forget starting 11 isn't sub him on for like the next 4 matches, and then you have Giroud, like we've said, 14 straight matches without a goal, and you keep going back to him. But guys like Walcott, like Campbell, like Oxlade-Chamberlain before he got hurt. I mean, we've had guys who just get wasted away on that bench, and I'm wondering what's going to happen with El Nini right now. Cazorla might be back, and we have so many midfielders now. This is the problem with our squad. I don't know who he's going to play. I don't know who he can play right now.
I don't know. It'll be fun to wake up and see what the starting 11 is. To see if Sanchez is starting. To see if he keeps Giroud in the starting lineup.
If that happens, I might be doing a American Gooners special of my own actual rant. you may be seeing that coming out here if that happens.
Yeah. We'll see when we wake up.
I'm excited for it, man. We need to win. We need to win.
Yeah.
So going back over the rest of the EPL matches from last week, we had Watford beat Villa, which actually was a great game, and Watford needed 2 late goals to win that match. They won 3-2, but Villa at least showed up, so that's always good. Newcastle, at the time, kind of saved themselves. They beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Stoke and Sunderland drew. West Ham beat West Brom 3-0. Everton beat Bournemouth 2-1, which I was surprised by, because I even came out last week and said Everton is – I'm not even touching them because of the way they've been playing. But they won, so good on them. Swansea beat Liverpool 3-1, which Swansea has now beaten, after I made fun of them saying they checked out for the year, they've beaten Liverpool and now West Ham United by a combined score of 7-2. So I think they listened to us, and I woke a sleeping giant. So hats off to Swansea. Man United and Leicester drew 1-1, which set up Monday's match between Chelsea and Tottenham, a 2-2 draw to give Leicester the title. And they showed why they are the 2 biggest shit clubs in the EPL with that match. And all the disgusting fouls and ridiculous behavior from the childish and undisciplined players on both those squads.
Yeah, I was at work, and I finally got somewhere to where I could listen to it. And as the game was over, the announcers were just losing their mind. First off, Diego Costa should have been carded and thrown out of the game, according to the announcer. He was so upset with the ref that he was apologizing to us and apologizing for what he was saying, but he was just ripping them, kept on and on. And then after the game, a big brawl breaks out, and I believe I forget who put his hand in Costa's face. I think he's facing a 2-3 game or a 2-3 match ban, and I think there were a couple other ones too that came out from that game, and I believe they both got fined for both the teams got fined for failure to control their teams. So it was just from what you said, beginning to end, and then after the game, it just kept going. And a little bit was Chelsea, just because they're a poor team. They have no respect for the game. They have no respect for who they play. And Tottenham was just upset that they let it slip away.
Yeah. They did not control their emotions on their biggest stage. And because of that draw, they officially were knocked out of the race. I don't think it would have mattered anyways, even if they won that. Leicester still would have been champions. We are in a unique position because we usually record on Fridays. We're recording on Saturday today. So there's some matches that happened today. And Man U beat Norwich today. Sunderland beat Chelsea 3-2. Jermaine Defoe gets the game winner. Boy, only if he was still an Arsenal kid, huh? Swansea beat West Ham 4-1. Bournemouth, West Brom draw 1-1. Crystal Palace beat Stoke 2-1. Aston Villa and Newcastle drew 0-0. And the champions Leicester did not have a letdown on their trophy ceremony day. They beat Everton 3-1. Jamie Vardy had a brace and a chance for a hat trick. And on a penalty kick, he got Robles saved on. He got a save on him.
If Defoe was still an Arsenal kit, he would be leading the team in goals right now.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
By the way, his career was rejuvenated by coming to the MLS. Just so you know.
Oh, God. Don't get me started.
So we look at the table right now. The only changes that can really be made are 2 through 5. I think West Ham is officially out. No, they have another game too. So West Ham is still not out of it technically. They have Man United on Tuesday, and then they play against where'd they go? Stoke City. So if they win both those games and Manchester City loses both, that's the only way it could really happen. Because City loses both and West Ham win both, they can still be top 4. So 2 through 6 are still yet to be decided. And at the very bottom, Aston Villa's obviously been relegated for a couple weeks now. And I think Norwich is officially relegated now. Nope, wrong again. They have 2 more left. So Sunderland plays Everton on Wednesday. Norwich play Watford on Wednesday. If Sunderland win, they are officially safe, and Newcastle Norwich will be officially out of the EPL.
If Sunderland gets relegated, if I was Arsenal, I would be on the phone. Hey, Jermaine Defoe.
Come on back.
Come on back. Come on back home.
We'll give you a swap deal. We'll give you Giroud because Sunderland or Giroud deserves to be in the Championship League, not the EPL.
Yeah.
That's his level of play.
Trade.
Is the championship. So.
Oh, dude, he would go there and dominate.
Oh yeah, he'd be really good down there. I think that's his level. That's his level of play. So congratulations, we saved your career by trading you away. A 1-for-1 swap, straight deal. Good to go. So it's going to be an interesting final this week. I'm very excited about the bottom 4 battle more than the top ones, to be completely honest with you. Because I would like to see Newcastle. I don't really know who I kind of want to see Newcastle go through over Sunderland. I'd rather have Newcastle in the EPL over Sunderland than the other way around. That's a personal preference of mine. I like their players and their style, and I'd hate to have to see them blow that squad up because I think they have some good parts to it. A lot like Crystal Palace, I think they're very, very talented in the front third of the pitch. I just think they need better defensive play and better goalkeeping. But I would love to see them stay through, man. That's my personal preference, to be honest.
I kind of like the race for the top 4 spots to me because, for one, Arsenal was in the race. And can you imagine if it turned out to be like Leicester City, Arsenal, and West Ham finish 1, 2, and 3? That'd be pretty cool. I'll be happy to see West Ham climb their way up to the top.
If West Ham, after their loss today, if they miraculously come out of this into the top 4, Manchester City and Manchester United should just close up shop because that would be the biggest letdown ever. Just be like, we're going to take a year off from football because what the hell?
Can we say that we're kind of West Ham fans starting now until the end of the season?
I enjoy watching them too. Like they're never – West Ham is not one of those clubs that I hate because they're never really here. And I love the movie Green Street Hooligans, so I'm kind of like, yeah, go Hammers. All right, that's fine. Every match besides Arsenal, go ahead and win. But
every match besides Arsenal.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm fine with it because they've never really been here before. I think if they started winning more, I'd probably hate them more. But that's more of not being Arsenal than anything else. So I'd be okay with them being top 4. I would love to see that. I think the EPL would get destroyed and have 0 teams past the final 16 next year, but whatever.
See, but I thought you were the biggest Andy Carroll hater.
I don't hate Andy Carroll. I just think that that style of striker is dying, personally. I think that style of striker is just going away, and it's more about athleticism and pace in the front than anything else.
You just don't like his man bun.
That is pretty bad. Oh, speaking of Leicester, my wife is now officially on the bandwagon, by the way. She wants a Huth jersey. Not Vardy, not Mahrez, Huth.
Huth?
Huth.
Why?
That's her new favorite player. Is Huth.
Why?
I don't know. We were watching a Leicester game. She goes, I think it was because they were playing against United, Manchester United, and Fellaini and Huth were kind of getting into it, and she does not like Fellaini at all. So she was like, "Yeah, go Huth, beat him up." And now he's like, he's her new favorite player.
Yeah, I did see your Facebook post about Fellaini, and I was like, "But he has such great hair."
She hates his hair. She thinks it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So my wife is now a Leicester City bandwagon fan, and she wants a Huth jersey. And I'm like, I can't really buy another jersey besides Arsenal. You're going to have to do that on your own because I refuse.
Yeah, you can't get nobody else's jersey.
No. I'm not going to get a Vardy jersey. Even though I like his style of play and I think it's great what they did, I'm not going to get a Vardy jersey. I think,
especially when he's not going to be there for next year.
Well, I'm starting to wonder, man. With the money they're bringing in as a club this year with the TV deals, I'm starting to wonder if we're looking at a new power in the EPL.
No, dude. If they are a new power, if they are a new power, this is a whole new era in the Premier League.
Well, imagine
it's only been the same 5 teams win it every year.
Yeah, but imagine that though. Mahrez stays, Vardy stays, Conte stays, Schmeichel stays, and then they bring in new blood with that TV deal money, that Champions League money, and winning the EPL money. You can bring that's well over 100 million euros on being able to spend now. If you bring in new players just to kind of shore up some midfield and some defensive spots, we could be seeing a new power in the EPL. It's not without question that this could happen. Now, if they start selling players off like it's a fire sale, they're obviously going to be in trouble. But if they keep that core and bring in some fresh blood, some top quality players like West Ham did and Payet, we could be seeing two new powers really with West Ham and Leicester.
Yeah.
This could be a changing of the guard in the EPL. We might be in trouble.
I think aside from, of course, our bias with Arsenal, watching Leicester City and what they do after the season ends will be probably more exciting to us just to see if they buy or if they sell.
Yeah, that's going to be a big time conversation for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Watch the EPL.
And I would be okay if they sold Conte to us.
I'll take Conte or Mahrez. I'll take both Conte and Mahrez, even though they're both midfielders. Shit, here we go again. Midfielders everywhere. Midfielders everywhere.
Hey, we are in talks with Conte's agent about coming over.
Yeah, we're in talks with everybody, according to Mirror.
Every midfielder.
Every midfielder on the planet, Arsenal's in talks with, according to Mirror. Mirror and the Sun, man, are the worst. I'll bring up the Sun on Sunday or tomorrow during our Two Blue podcast because they're the worst too, just like you are. That's tomorrow's podcast, though. So let's go ahead and move on. We are in 3rd place. We play 4th place tomorrow, Manchester City. I'll be up bright and early watching the matches. Matches tomorrow starts. I'm losing my mind again. 7:30 a.m. is Tottenham Southampton, so I'll watch that one. Then we play 10 a.m. my time, so 11 your time, 11 or Eastern. And then Watford and Liverpool, I won't even look at that score. So we're going to move on to Pick'em. No, we're not. We're going to move on to Goal and Save of the Week. We'll do that one first. Morgan, favorite segment, Goal of the Week. Who you got?
Favorite. My goal of the week. I actually seen this at like 2:00 in the morning watching ESPN. It was actually after a hockey game the other day, which I'll tell you about tomorrow. Thomas Luciano of Grêmio's U14 team. They're a Brazilian club. One of his teammates came into the box, shot it, it went off the crossbar, ricocheted, was going behind Luciana, and he did this ridiculous scorpion kick and scored a goal off a scorpion kick. For a U14 kid to be able to do that scorpion kick and score a goal was pretty amazing. I mean, just his instinct to do that and the pure confidence to do that is just remarkable. So my goal of the week is Thomas Luciano of Gremio's U14 team with his scorpion kick.
I'm going to be a little generic here for my goal of the week, Morgan. And I'm going to go with Eden Hazard of Chelsea. First of all, it was a great goal to tie up the match. But more importantly, it gave Leicester the title, so we Arsenal fans didn't have to keep hearing Tottenham fans and their nonsense of we're still going to win. So thank you to Eden Hazard on his great game-tying goal to give Leicester the title and to shut up Tottenham is my goal of the week. And I think we're both going to have the same save of the week. So I'll let you, as the goalkeeper on the show, give it the same double save of the week.
Yeah.
Was it
off a penalty kick?
It was off a penalty kick. It's the same one. I guarantee it.
Was it off Thomas Mueller's penalty kick?
That's the one.
John O'Black of Atletico Madrid with his penalty kick save. Now, me as a keeper, and you know I said this in the past, I'm a huge fan of penalty kick saves. Because they're so hard.
I think you've had one every week. It's been your save of the week.
Well, I think it's either been a penalty kick save or GG have been my two. But he dove to his right, saved a Thomas Mueller penalty kick. It deflected, and one of the hardest things to do as a keeper is as soon as you make the save, to not celebrate that save, but to get back up to get ready for the next shot if you don't have control of the ball. But let's be honest, you could pick out 4, 5, 6, 7 different saves in that game. There was one Bayern Munich player, I think it was Vidal maybe, had a shot about 22 yards out. It ricocheted off the defender and right through traffic. And Oblak at the last second dove to his left to just narrowly push it away. Now, I could have used that one, but I'm a huge penalty kick save fan. So my save of the week is John Oblak of Atletico Madrid with his double save off a penalty kick from Thomas Mueller.
And obviously we have the same one, so I won't even piggyback on, besides saying he put them to the final on that double save.
Yeah.
On his game, really, his whole game.
Yeah. So, yeah, he could have been the man. He was definitely the man of the match, the man of that leg. He's probably the man. I mean, I don't know anybody that played any better out of those final 4 teams.
Yeah, he might be the tournament. He should be the goalkeeper of the tournament for sure.
Yeah,
because they're not here without him.
But not just goalkeeper. How about player? How about overall player?
I don't think they ever really give one to the goalkeeper. I think he's always a goal scorer, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Almost like a Cy Young. I mean, that's almost like a Cy Young winning MVP, but it happens.
Rarely. We'll see. I think he should be. That's me personally, and obviously I think you do too.
Oh, yeah.
We'll move on to Pick'em. We are a day off of our recording, so we're not gonna. We obviously missed about 7 games from today, so we're not gonna pick those. But we have midweek games that we can pick, as well as tomorrow's. So we're going to start off with Tottenham and Southampton. Morgan?
Oh, Southampton.
I am also going Southampton. I'm tired of picking Tottenham, and I think they're going to have a letdown. Manchester City versus Arsenal.
Can we wait to see the lineup?
I wish I could just hop on here tomorrow and be like, hey, I like our starting 11. We'll go ahead and pick them.
Yeah. No, man, I'll go with Arsenal. I mean, this is a Gooner podcast, so I can't pick against them.
I'm going to do the unthinkable, and it's going to to crush me, but I am picking Man City. I do not like the way we're playing right now. I think with City's, their last 2 games in the Champions League and in last week, I think they're going to be hungry for a win. And I don't think we're very hungry right now. I don't like our lack of heart that we've shown. So I'm picking Manchester City. On pick alone, I still will be cheering for the Gunners.
Where was that game at tomorrow?
It's in Arsenal.
I didn't see where it was.
It's at the Emirates. It'll be at the Emirates. So
let's see how many people come out there.
It's not like it's our fan base's fault that we're not winning the league anyway. So it doesn't make a difference for us. Liverpool, Watford.
Liverpool.
I have Liverpool as well. Then we'll go on to the midweek games. We'll start off on Tuesday with West Ham versus Man U.
Oh, I'm going West Ham.
I'm taking Manchester United. I think they have more to play for. Norwich City versus Watford.
Norwich. They're playing for their life.
Yeah, but I'm picking Watford because I think they're the better team. Sunderland Everton.
Sunderland.
Same reason?
No. I'm going to go with Everton because I want Sunderland to lose and drop and get relegated so Jermaine Defoe comes back.
I have similar reasons. I'm picking Everton because I want Newcastle to stay and Sunderland to drop and to get Defoe. I'll take that too. Liverpool, Chelsea.
Liverpool.
I picked Liverpool also. So we really only have, I guess we got a couple. 1, 2.
We got
three differences, so I can make up some ground. I'll have to look and see where our standings are at. Because next week we will, I guess it'll be episode 9 or 8. We will be presenting our championship to one of us. So I had a thought. Next season, we should ask our friends to pick with us, and we'll create a real table. So,
okay.
You think that's cool? Get that out there and see who would do that?
Yeah, I know. I can think of about 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
I know. Chris Rock will probably do it.
Yeah, and I think we can get Harpster to do it.
Yeah.
Jamie wants to do it too, by the way.
Ridiculous post. Jamie, okay.
Jamie has decided that she wants me to go on FIFA every time we're picking and show the jerseys, and that's how she's going to pick.
Oh my God! So it's like a March Madness pick for every week.
I'm just telling you what she said. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope she finishes last, but she'll probably win.
Yeah.
Doing that. Yeah. So that's our show. It's episode 6. We're moving right along here at the American Gooners Podcast. Go ahead and like us on Facebook, American Gooners Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at USA Gooner Pod. Morgan, always a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with me today.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, and just so anybody is wondering, wait, you didn't have a fail of the week? We did not, because Zinedine Zidane did not rip his pants this week. So
and
we had nothing to go off of.
And really, that's the best one so far. So if we can't top it, what are we going to talk about?
I thought I'd do it, yeah. But no, happy Mother's Day out to everybody out there, all the moms and grandmoms, and happy Mother's Day to my mom, happy Mother's Day to my wife, and happy belated birthday to you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Happy Mother's Day to my mother and to all of you mothers out there, although mine is the best. She raised this greatness. So shout out to her. Shout out to your mom, your wife, and all the mothers out there, and have a great Mother's Day. The rest of you, listen to us next week and have a great week.